shaking. Do this. So one of the biggest things, I want to make sure, you know, there's no oil in the coolant system or pressure. No blow by. Smoke coming out. So no coolant mixing. Let's figure out what cylinder it is. Oh, looking for cylinder contribution. See how that changed idle. Or whatever cylinder is missing is gonna stay missing. Oh shit. Shut down. We might have rotor button problems because it just shut down. That's weird. Hold on. But before I do, you know I like to look at the map sensor to rule out any intake valves. Map sensor. We need to see this drop. Let's go and let's graph this. All right. We want to make sure it's not erratic. Let's let it level out. See, it's leveling out, but it's not bad as it could be. But it is a little erratic. So I'm not going to suspect like a burnt valve or anything because it's such a hard misfire. But I can understand that we may have valve overlap if the VTEC solenoid is weak and oil pressure is bleeding through. All right, so that's that. Let me get the camera out here so y'all can hear the misfire. I don't know how well it translated inside the cab. The definition is going to show it up pretty well, but there's the valve there. See that chunk out the valve. Yep, that's what happened. My biggest concern, you know, since we got all that. So just to tag on why the vehicle was cutting off, because I didn't give any reason as to why it's doing that. Remember, we had a burnt exhaust valve, and being that we have a burnt exhaust valve, well, we also have back pressure and scavenging. So our data here, that little bit of ripple that we're seeing, that's going to be from exhaust pressure, back pressure, and the valve, the intake valve's opening. So pressure going into the combustion chamber when it's in the suction, well, there's pressure still entering that stroke, intake stroke, and that's what we're seeing here. So that's the reason why I was stalling. I mean, it's got incorrect data going inside there, and it's probably not burning as efficient as it could be. And I'd imagine since that spark plug wire is removed, well, now the stroke speed has changed and it's more pronounced versus trying its best to contribute with the wire hooked up. And since that is slower, it's going to push more air back into the intake and shut down. So that's the logical reason why I'm going to assume that it's just shutting down. And if somebody else knows that's a lot smarter than me, go ahead and chime in. But remember, we had a burnt exhaust valve, and it's still trying to run, and we can definitely see pressure entering the intake manifold. So, all right, folks. So it's been a few days. I just want to give y'all a update on the Honda Accord Facebook car. So this was the cylinder that had the burnt valve. You can see it has oil wash on it. Just cleaner than all the other pistons. One of the biggest things I was looking for was any damage in the cylinder, scoring wise. I mean, I
do see something like that. My concern is, well, is what caused that valve to break, and a lot of times it's just natural occurrence. I hate to say. And then we had all that oil. Well, why do we have all that oil? If the valve had burnt up, well, ain't no telling what else is compromised. Like the valves may have been damaged also, the valve guides, depending on how it failed. And they're open right now. So I know the machine shop did, I swear he did valve seals on this thing. But the thing is, oh, so this side is oily. The intake side is going to have a little bit of oil in it, but the PCV system is allowing oil to get into the intake, being that there's no compression because of a burnt valve. There's the valve there. Being that there's no compression, well, it's not going to burn that oil off, and it's just going to accumulate. So that's the only logical thing I can assume that will cause this to happen. I want to have the machine shop just simply replace the two exhaust valves. I don't want to call them intake. The two exhaust valves on here, and obviously inspect all the other ones. I redid this motor 6 months ago, so there's no reason why it should have happened. But things happen. What do you do? I would just chalk it up as probably material. Don't know. So for the most part, this will just get new intake gasket set, head set, and some head bolts, and we'll be in good shape. Typically when I have intake valves break like that, yeah, the chunk may have gotten to the cylinder, but it usually just spits it back out. And just replace the valve, get a head job, and everything works like it's supposed to. So this is going to be a short video. I mean, I just want to give an update on it, so I snatched it off. I'm just going to drop it off at the machine shop, and then when I get it back together, I'll show you what it looks like, and then we'll do the first startup and go from there.